my name from the Irish Times.
Hi,
How are you? You're involved in this protest, are you?
Yeah.
Can I ask what's the organisation's name? Or
There's no organisation, just survivors protesting against the church. It's too hard to keep groups together in this country.
It's true. And just the message you're trying to convey here today?
I suppose it's all about the abuse through the industrial schools, the Magdalens, mother and babies homes, the vaccination trials, dissection of children. Children been placed into adult mental institutions by clergy.
Would be interested in a free lecture on overcoming addiction.
What sort of message do you want to give to them?
Well, just to let them know that the Catholic Church can rape and abuse and murder children in Ireland quite freely without being held accountable through the courts for it. The canon law seems to be a law unto themselves, which gives them a certain amount of freedom to pervert the course of justice.
Are you coming from past experience yourself?
Yeah, I'm a survivor of Catholic abuse. Catholic clerical abuse and Catholic family abuse, which led to destruction of my childhood.
He ran away at 14 and because he wasn't institutionalised and the priest is dead, there's nothing they can do.
Yeah.
But my father reported that the Archbishop Palace, and they just shipped that man back.
That's all.
Yeah.
Put
him to another school.
Yeah.
Put him to another town so he can
The
abuse
same with the teacher that abused my brother. He died of a drug overdose as a direct result in my head.
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
absolutely.
And it's coming
all
out.
they did with that teacher was move him around.
Yeah, it's the same in Australia now. They're finding more and more people are committing suicide as a result of being abused by the system over there. The children were brought over from World War II onwards into Australia, into these homes, fucking raped and abused and murdered and tortured, just the same they were doing here. It was worldwide. And people can't wake up to this fact. The British Commonwealth, Canada, Australia, America.
And the other thing is, they're knocking all these institutions down in order to confuse young lads when they come back.
Yeah.
I know two young boys, I was their foster father, but they were taken up and put in their home in Clonmel, Ferry House, and they were awfully abused.
Yeah.
And they took a case against them, and they went back. There's nothing there.
Yeah.
They got rid of all the evidence.
That's it.
They got rid of my medical files. In Tullamore.
How are you, Paddy?
Okay. All right, man. Yeah, stop back.
Thanks very much.
You up here to agitate?
You say if you want to sexually abuse children, join the Catholic Church.
Yeah.
You don't have to. The vast majority of sexual abuse happens in the family home.
Yeah.
So it does, and that's statistically proven.
Catholic family homes.
No, not just.
Mine was a Catholic family home.
I understand, and I'm so sorry for
the
people
whole
who
of
have been
Ireland
abused.
was destroyed by this church. It's evil. It's run by Satan, and those who follow it are going to hell with them. And sooner the fucking better. Because this world has been destroyed by this church. Destroyed. Women, children, every day of the week have been raped, have been murdered, they've been tortured, they've been starved to death, and yet the wealthiest organised on this planet cannot feed a child for one day.
You know, the Catholic Church in Africa is the biggest charity present there. I know what happened was awful.
It's still happening. That's the whole point.
Well, it's now the safest place for a child in the public realm. So, as a Catholic, I am so sorry for the abuse that you endured.
Please stop saying sorry, because we hear it all the time. Sorry doesn't mean anything. It's absolutely meaningless. If you're really sorry, do you want to show us an action why you're really sorry this happened?
And how do you think people should do that?
They should come out of the bloody Catholic Church and let them know in certain terms it's wrong what they've done.
You know, okay.
I see your point, because there's so many children been raped and murdered and abused.
You're telling people not to be Catholics anymore.
I'm not. I didn't say that.
You just said it to me that you shouldn't be a Catholic anymore.
Well, I'm saying, I'm asking, I said to you, you do an action. I say, come out of the Catholic Church, and that's an action. Don't come up and say sorry to me. Don't say sorry to that man, because he hears it every day of the week. All his life. He had to go through the torture of the Catholic Church. I went through it myself. That man there went through it. Yeah. We're all going through it. And nobody's listening. You see, nobody listened to the children. And you're still not listening to children for the simple reason you're still defending the church.
No, you need to see that there's a difference between the actions and certain priests and the church as I know
what certain
it. The
priests?
church I've experienced is completely different. The abusers.
Where are they?
Some of them are still running free, and they've been laicized and they're still running free, and it's awful.
Yeah, it's wrong. Because they haven't got the mental ability to deal with this problem. They don't think it's wrong that a priest rapes a child.
They absolutely do.
And that's why they raised the age limit from 12 to 14. That's how much they care. It is true. You go and look at it in the Vatican.
I've studied theology, and that's simply untrue. The Vatican teach that sexual relations are only meant to happen in marriage, and they don't teach anything else than that.
Can you explain to me, simple thing, why the current Pope in 1980 find it necessary to circulate a letter to every bishop in the world saying, do not report sexual abuse to the civil authorities under any circumstance. Because if you do,
well,
you'll be expelled. Now, that document is on the web, so you can't refute
that. If he sent that,
the current Pope, he did. It's not if. Come on, get real.
No.
Young guy.
He was
starting out.
I agree.
That Catholic Church?
Yes, they abuse the youth.
Yeah.
They hang a few on the railings.
Hang a few priests on the fucking railings.
What's his name? That Mr. Brady, isn't it? The longer he stays, the more he disgraces.
Cheek of you. How dare you?
Take over something else.
You're concerned for the children. You're concerned for the children. Thank you. Well then, get on your knees and fair play to you, mate.
Pleasure.
At the end of the day, it is about the children.
Of course it is. Nothing else.
Yeah. But no defence against adults.
Nothing else.
Yeah. Oh, very nice.
He's going down to the Simmons Court Road.
Yeah.
Simmons Court Road on the right-hand side of the traffic lights.
Right.
John Kelly will be down there. Oh yeah, I'm totally. Guess who's gone in there? The most right-wing American crowd. This crowd over here on the right-hand side.
Yeah.
They're connected to a fella called Carl Anderson, who is addressing this.
Right.
Right-wing American Catholics.
Yeah.
The other two bastards are Peter Sutherland and John Bruton.
Oh.
There was a whole profile of them in the Irish Times yesterday and last week. A very good profile of the Catholic right-wing fascists in this country was in the Irish Times last Wednesday.
Right.
Names them. It doesn't talk about them. Names them.
How are you done?
Are you wound up?
No, we're just going to get a cup of coffee. We're coming back. There's a few people up there. Paddy Doyle was up
I had to do a little